What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a totally different feel for a video here on After Prison Show. What we're doing here today is testing out what the After Prison Show podcast will look and feel like to a certain degree, definitely testing. And what better way to do that than to try to kill two birds with one stone? I felt like giving you guys an introduction into Joel, the new guy here, featuring him on this little test would be a great thing to be able to do. So, Joel, what up?
How you doing?
Well, I'm doing pretty good, actually. I'm feeling a little exhausted. Just got done doing the workout with Banky, and that whooped my ass.
Yeah, that was entertaining for me to watch that.
It was also freezing outside, too, so that did not help things. But I want to give a special shout out to Joel. He's only been working with us for a short amount of time. And, you know, in the short amount of time, how has it been for you?
It's definitely been something new for me, you know. I've had a lot of experience working with other people in regards to like filming and editing and stuff like that. But this is, you know, all that stuff that I've done was mostly on my own and some with other people. But this, like YouTube and all that, like this is kind of a different realm for me. So it's definitely something that's, you know, great.
Yeah. And you bring a lot to the table, a lot of expertise and know-how and knowledge, I guess is the better way to word that. One thing that I want to let you guys know as well as we start this off, might be a little rough around the edges. Forgive me for that. Forgive us for that. This is the second time that we're filming this same exact podcast, an introduction with Joel as a part of that. And it's because the first time that we filmed this, the audio didn't sound that great. It was very echoey. We've got a new location to be able to do this. And the look, it just looked like it didn't look good at all. So we're going to be doing this again. And Joel, hey, thank you for the second time being willing to share with all of us, mainly the viewers, who you are. Because I think that's going to be something they really want to know.
For sure.
You know, thinking of After Prison Show as of late, I've been working with a number of new people, and I refer to people as new guy number one, new guy number two, and so on. And I haven't been so quick to want to really showcase or introduce anybody new. However, Joel is different. He's working with After Prison Show in the regard that he's helping to film and helping to edit and bringing ideas to the table and just bringing some new blood to this. So I felt like it was only right that we get the opportunity to introduce you to the viewers. And doing that, hey, tell us a little bit about yourself, Joel.
For sure. So I'm from New York. I was born there, raised in Florida. I lived all around the United States. Ever since I was younger, I was always into filming, always into videography, like editing. Like I used to edit on like the really old programs of like Windows Movie Maker, like when I was a kid, you know. I always loved to do that. So as I got older, you know, I've always tried to hold on to that, and I always thought like as I captured something, it's like I'm capturing something from the past, and you know, I could look back on that and you know, kind of like look at it, you know what I mean? And that's always been something like cool for me, like ever since I was younger, is being able to like capture something and be able to keep it. So I have tons of videos from going all the way back since I was a kid. You know, I have like a whole arsenal of videos. But other than that, you know, in life, you know, life hasn't always been easy for me. It's definitely been a struggle. I've been through a lot regarding like drug addiction, going in and out of programs. You know, like there was a lot of you know, stuff in between that, you know, a lot of decisions, bad decisions that I made that I'm not happy of, or that I wish I could have done things differently. But at the end of the day, I am where I'm at now. And if it wasn't for those mistakes that I made in the past, I don't think that I would have the mentality I do now or be where I'm at right now.
You know, I want to talk about that a little bit if you're okay with doing so. You're a guy who you've never been to prison, but you have dealt with addiction in your life. Mm-hmm. And not only dealt with addiction, but you went through numerous programs and just different programs in an effort to try to get clean. You're 27 years old now and you are clean. You've got your own place. You're self-sufficient. Talk to us about your history with addiction and, the story behind that and what led to you getting clean.
Okay. So, like I said before, I grew up in Florida, and things were shifty with my family, my mother and father and stuff like that. They wound up separating, and I wound up moving back to New York with my mother. I was living with, family members and stuff like that, while my mother got, her life together and was able to, we were able to get our own, apartment or whatever. So in that time, I was out in the streets a lot. I was hanging out with people. I was meeting people. Really just like getting into whatever it is I could get myself into. You know what I mean? Just to let the time go by or whatever. I didn't really have that know in me to like think for myself and be like, you know what, maybe this may not be the right decision. I was just kind of like, it's exciting. It got my blood pumping. Like, let's just go for it. So that wound up getting me into situations that, I can't take back anymore. I wound up getting into pills starting off. The first time I think I really did like an opiate, I wound up sniffing a pill, and it was because the person that had given it to me, he wound up crushing it up in front of me, rather than just giving it to me. So I just figured, oh, it's already crushed up and everything. I might as well just, do it that way. So, and from there, I mean, I had said this the last time that we did the podcast, the first test, but I want to just bring it up again. But the first time that I had the experience with the opiate, and opiate addiction runs in my family. Like it's something that a lot of my family members, struggle with and stuff like that. So, and I have a history of my family being a part of that and just knowing about that, and having people already have talk to me about addiction and this and that and the lifestyle and all that, and I was well aware of all of this going into it. But still, I just took the chance anyway and wound up doing it. And the first time I ever, got high from it or whatever, in my head, I already knew that I was kind of screwed. You know what I mean? Like, because as soon as I felt the feeling, I was like, I'm fucked, because I like this. I don't feel any of the depression that I was feeling before, all that kind of stuff. And ever since then, it was just like a downward spiral from there. Like, whenever I thought I was going to hit rock bottom, like, that was not rock bottom. Like, it goes further than that, And even when I was at my lowest point, I always thought I could be lower, But through all that, homelessness, living on the streets, sleeping on subway trains, just getting kicked out, like, nobody, like, my mother didn't want to have anything to do with me. After a while going in and out of programs, I wound up getting arrested for having like pills on me in Florida, and I didn't even know I had them on me because I was so high. And I wound up getting a program that was supposed to be a year outpatient, but since I couldn't complete it, and it took me about 5-6 years to complete that one case from a long time ago, when I finally did complete it. But it was more or less me going in and out of different programs, trying to get clean or whatever, then totally just disregarding it, having a warrant, and then wound up going into a program, and that's where I wound up, getting my shit together. But going in and out of the programs was different, because some programs are out there are really not good for you. Like, you go in there, there's people selling drugs, there's people, it's almost like you're still on the streets, you know what I mean? It's just, you're in a place, and, they're trying to help you, and then you got the other people that are trying to just, keep you doing the same thing. I did wind up finding one program that was recommended to me called Dynamite Youth Center in Brooklyn, and I wound up going there. It's a 3-year program. I went away for a year, upstate New York, away from everything. That whole program had like a different feel. The people there weren't like everyone was like, it was different. Like, and the members of that, like the staff members, weren't really the ones that were even running the program. It was all the members like me and the other people that were running it. You know what I mean? But just to go from there, that's kind of like the path that led me into that, going into a program and then coming out. And when I got out, I wound up being in the outpatient after the inpatient. And there I had, my friends, people that I was in the program with and stuff like that. And we started going into the city on the weekends and started making videos and, just trying to do stuff with our time that was productive other than getting high. And we had so much fun, like things that you wouldn't even see normal people doing on a regular basis. And we were out there doing it and we were feeling good. It was almost like we were getting our own high out of it,
You told me about this a little bit. You were out there
Yeah.
making prank videos.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about that in a moment. But one thing that I want to hit on real quick is, you went to multiple different programs. I wanted to ask you, what was it that finally made you want to change? And it sounds like you finding the right program that worked for you, plus finding something productive to do with yourself, sounds like a little bit of what led to the change that you made. You found a program that worked, and then you're out there making these videos and you're feeling good and feeling like you're doing something productive.
Yeah.
I don't want to put words in your mouth, but that sort of sounds like what it was that led to you finding sobriety.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's talk about these prank videos real quick because I want to incorporate, I got to incorporate something. You told me that these videos still exist. What's this channel called?
It's called Life Gone Wrong.
Life Gone Wrong. Go check that out. We're going to include a little snippet right here if we can. Hopefully I was able to find something. So we'll see. Wow, that was crazy. I haven't even seen it yet. So hopefully it's going to be something crazy. It's going to be interesting seeing that because how long ago were you creating those videos?
That was like 2013, something like that.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
It was a while.
Joel, you're new to this. You're new working with me. We met from you helping me move, and we got to talking. We got some stuff in common. The fact that the video thing for sure. You're a very solid dude. I've already got a lot of trust and faith in you and what you bring to this, and I'm enjoying getting a chance to work with you. But outside of the things that we've talked about thus far, you do some other things on your own video-wise, and I want to give you an opportunity to plug, what you got going on.
Yeah, so definitely one important thing for me is staying busy. Like that's the one thing that keeps me on the right track is always having something that I'm doing, keeping me busy. And I figured that's what's been keeping me clean this whole time, and that's what I'm gonna keep doing. And also doing the things that I love to do, which is making videos, just creating things in general. I do stream on Twitch. The Twitch channel is called IllumaVision. IllumaVision is also my alias to my name, which I don't really use my name for anything. I use IllumaVision if I'm using, anything in regards to the content that I create or whatever that is. I also have a 5M server that I wound up putting together in, a time that, I was working. I was living in Wyoming in a town called Jackson Hole, which is like a ski resort. And when I was working there, I was working as an assistant chef and or a sous chef. And in my time that I wasn't working there, I wound up putting together the 5M server, which, I didn't know nothing about. I just pretty much learned everything as, I got into it.
You're talking about being able to stream Grand Theft Auto, right?
So yeah, 5M is basically a modified version of Grand Theft Auto where people can create their own servers in any way that they can possibly imagine. People, you build communities with it, and a bunch of people get together. And for me, my server is like more serious based. So like when you're in the server, you're not even allowed to talk about real life. Like if you do, you get in trouble. Like it has to all be role play. Like you can't break character or nothing when you're in my server.
Do you have a character?
Yeah.
What's your character?
His name is Jimmy Whispers. Yeah.
Jimmy Whispers. What's that about?
Hey, how you doing? The name is Jimmy Whispers. Yeah, something like that.
So you're like a mobster.
I'm like a mob boss. Yeah.
I see people doing this. It's definitely blowing up on Facebook. Obviously, it's been on Twitch for a long time doing the GTA stuff. Never really thought much about it because I don't know nothing about it. But, we've talked off camera about maybe some cross collaboration thing that we could do in terms of some kind of a prison experience. Mm-hmm. So maybe we can do something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
We can have some Joe going to prison role play story thing. I don't want to give too much of it away because whether it happens or it doesn't happen, I think it could be a really cool thing. So
It'll be fun for sure.
it'd be worth exploring. With what you're doing, you know, it definitely sounds like it takes a lot of work to be able to create something like that. And if anybody wants to check out what Joel's doing, check out Illuma Vision. We'll link that down below because, you know, he deserves to get some acknowledgement for that. I know that takes a lot of work, and I'm sure that, you know, your hope is to see that thing, you know, blows up and becomes successful for you.
Yeah, for sure. My server is kind of like a hidden gem. So when people come to my server, they're like, oh my God, like I didn't even know like this was even possible. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty much really close. My server is like head and head with like a no pixel server. I don't know if
I've heard of
no
it.
pixel server is.
Sounds like it's a
But
pretty
mine
big.
is pretty much like the same, like same as that in regards to like how the role play is and how serious it is.
So nobody can come in there and just start shooting stuff.
No, and plus we it's a whitelisted server, so they have to fill out a full application before even joining the server.
You got to fill out an application to play the game?
Yeah.
Well, that's serious right there. But again, check out what Joel's doing on Twitch. And really awesome to get the opportunity to introduce you guys to this guy because, like I said, I like him. I want you guys to like him as well, and I think that you guys will. You know, let's go ahead and switch gears a little bit and get back to talking about After Prison Show and your introduction into this. You know, we just filmed a cooking video recently. We just filmed this workout video today, and you're jumping into something that, you know, you haven't done before. How has it been, you know, getting into the groove of what I've got going on and picking it up, and like what are you taking from the experience thus far?
I love jumping into things that I'm not familiar with, cause I learn from it, and that's always been my life. You know, like I don't also just do filming, like I even do handyman work. You know, like ever since I was younger, I would always tell myself, like, if something breaks, like I'm gonna try to learn how to fix it myself. I'm not gonna hire anyone to fix it. I ain't gonna do that. Like I should be able to fix it. So I did everything to try to like learn my own way. So I dive into things, and even if I make a mistake, you know, like I'll learn from it for the next time. You know, like I look at everything that I do and I look back at it and I review it. I see what I did wrong, what could have been done better, and I try to change that the next time. Working with you, working with the After Prison Show, has definitely been like something new for me in regards to like content and all that. But I enjoy it. You know, I enjoy the time. It's entertaining for me to like film everything. I do have a lot of fun with it, and I think that, you know, it could be something that could really like turn into something huge, you know?
Yeah, we've got some big ideas going into 2021. I've been spitballing some things with Joel and hopeful to be able to see some cool things happen. Like I had mentioned, you bring new blood to this, and it rejuvenates my drive that, you know, sometimes can get a little, I don't know, dull or whatever, but it's good to be able to work with you. It's good to be able to see you jump into this and pick up on it and, you know, capture some angles and add to what we're already trying to do. I want to, you know, hit on a couple of other points real quick. You know, how old are you?
27.
27 years old. How long have you been sober for?
Since June 13, 2012.
You know of other people, you know, whether in your personal life or you see people, and you're going to see people here on After Prison Show who struggle with addiction. You know, what do you think somebody needs to do? My thought on this is for everybody, it's, you know, something different. It's whatever's going to work for an individual. But if somebody wants to get sober, Joel, what advice do you give to that person?
A big thing that was always told to me, and I kind of just got lucky with the way that I went into the program, and being in the program just kind of changed my perception on a lot of things. But from being in that program, like I learned like something like in regards to even this, you know what I mean? Like overall, like I get uncomfortable in certain situations. Like I may be slightly uncomfortable here, but I'm still gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like like when you go to jump in a pool that's freezing, like if you stick your foot in it, it's gonna feel like you're not gonna want to jump in it. It's freezing, you know. But like once you just jump in the pool and you're in there, you know what I mean? Like it changes. You're gonna feel good about it. I think that for people who are struggling with addiction, they need to obviously know that like they have a problem. You know what I mean? Like the only way they're gonna get clean is if they want to get clean. First thing you gotta do is like know like you don't want to live that life anymore. You know, which is what I always knew, but at the same time with all the depression and everything, like I didn't want to think about anything. I just kept going on with it, and it just keeps going like that. Help from someone helps, but at the end of the day, it's really your decision. Like people could talk to you over and over. You're the only one that's gonna make the decision in the end. I say take it a day at a time. You know, like don't think about tomorrow. Don't think about a week from now. Like just think about the moment. What you could do right now that will, you know, like what you could do right now for yourself that's good. You know what I mean? Try to get all the negative energy out of your thoughts. Try to get all the negative thoughts out of your head and start thinking about like more positive things, what you could do. And it's hard to do that, especially when you're kicking and stuff. So it's good to have support as well in that time that you are trying to get clean. You know, go to meetings, talk to people that are maybe having the same issue or whatever. Being stuck in your head and not having anyone else around to talk or whatever really will get your head spinning a lot. You know what I mean? Having someone there that you could talk to, that you could relate with, will help. So if you're not in a program, you're not going to a program, you want to do it yourself, I would say at least go to like an NA meeting or something, get a sponsor, talk to someone, so at least you could, you know, talk to someone so you could, you know, get some things off your chest, whatever you need to talk about in regards to you wanting to get high or whatever.
Yeah, that's good information right there. Let's go ahead and wrap this up, Joel. And as we do so, again, I want to thank you for being a part of this. I want to thank you for what you bring to this. And thank you for your willingness to share about yourself and what you've been through and what you bring to all of this. As we get ready to wrap this up, I want to ask all of you, you know, what do you think about the look, the feel, the sound of this? What do you think about what Joel has shared with us? There's going to be a lot more coming in relation to this After Prison Show podcast very soon. We're ironing out all the kinks with this right now. So I hope that you guys will look forward to that. Please leave a like and a comment on this, letting us know what you think about this. And as we wrap this up, anything that you want to say?
I said it last time. I'm going to say it again. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to work with you.
I appreciate having you.
Yeah, you were kind from the first time I met you, you know, when we were doing the move and everything like that. We kind of hit it off a little bit when we started going back and forth. So, you know, I'm glad I got the opportunity, and I definitely want to help the channel grow. I want to, you know, help in any way that I can to, you know, do whatever we could do for this. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Definitely be looking forward to the future. 2021, it's a new year with new opportunities and looking to try to make the very most of all of those. A very special shout out to Joel and a very special shout out to all of you. Hope you have a great day, and I'll look forward to talking with you again real soon.